straight into it. This is going to be a review for the movie Get Out, which was directed and created by Jordan Peele, who's an actor and a comedian. As soon as I got into the cinema, that's when my friend decided to put on the trailer, and I saw it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, it looks like a horror movie. I'm not a big fan of horror movies, so I was just like, oh shit, this is a horror movie. So I was kind of like in my seat like this the whole time. The rating I would give is a 9 out of 10. That's how good I think it is. I'm so glad that it's like a movie that touches on so many issues in society and is such a mainstream movie. I don't really know what category to put the film in, because like it took my emotions everywhere. I was like on an emotional roller coaster. 1 minute I was just like, angry. The next minute I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? The next minute I was like, oh my god, I'm scared. It just took me all over the place. So there was, I don't know what category to put it. There were some scary moments, there were some funny moments, there were some true talk moments, like they were just different. But I actually liked that. Okay, so one of the reasons why I would give this movie a 9 out of 10 is because it was so realistic to real life to me. It touches on issues such as racism, but subtle racism. So it's not racism that's outwardly in your face for you to know that it's racist, but it's subtle to the point where if you're being affected by this subtle racism, your mind can kind of make you question, is this racist or is it not? And sometimes you see that happening with the guy when he comments to his girlfriend to be like, bro, I feel like that's racist. And she's just like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. She doesn't know what he's talking about because they're from a different culture. But then it kind of highlights the subtle racism. And I felt like it was so good to see, because these are things that people go through sometimes on a daily basis. The thing that I really do like about it is that it also touched on the white culture and the black culture. And when I speak on this, I'm speaking on this because it's in the film. It talks about white culture and black culture, and it clearly is not a reflection on everyone. Yes, I know that not all white people view black people in this way, and yes, I know that not all black people are affected or view, not all black people view white people in this way. So yeah, I'm just actually going to speak on the film and what I got from it. It highlights the differences between white culture and black culture, and how the white culture tends to adopt black culture and likes black culture, but then wants to control it in a certain extent. So in the film, like they wanted things that are known in the black culture, but then they wanted to cultivate it to the point where it's no longer the black cultures, if that makes sense. So they wanted like the strong, they made a comment on the guy and his strong physique. So basically they wanted the strength of maybe like a black man or whatever, but not necessarily his brain. So little things like that showed like how realistic it is, because in society that happens. We see this happening with music. Some celebrities tend to make music or whatever and adopt black culture, but do not give recognition to the black culture. It's in fashion right now to have a black girl physique but not to necessarily be black. Sometimes these things happen, and it's definitely not a reflection on all of the races. It's not how everybody sees it. It's not a reflection on all white people and how they view black people, but it happens and we can't act like it doesn't happen. So I'm really happy that the movie tended to touch upon those things that are quite sensitive, but it does it in a way that's quite subtle. I am a deep thinker, so I see something that's like this, but I like to analyze and see in between the lines and all that kind of stuff. So I got a few messages from the movie, and what the first message that I got was to stay woke. Stay fucking woke, yeah? And I mean that in a sense where you need to be educated in your culture, whatever your culture is. Be educated in the history of your culture, and do not wait for somebody, a different culture, to feed it to you. Because when they do that, it's going to be altered and changed in some way. That's just what happens. It's like, what's that thing, that game? What, Chinese whispers. The more you know, I don't know, Chinese whispers, innit? But yeah, especially if you're going out with somebody or in a relationship or in business or connecting with somebody that's a different culture to you. Because more so if you're in a relationship, because obviously that's who you spend most of your time with. So you would want them to kind of understand the things that you go through on a daily basis. The film highlighted the differences in culture and the misunderstanding or miscommunication of the culture. He would mention things that he felt and that he goes through as a black person, but then his girlfriend was like, oh no, I don't know what you're talking about, kind of making him sound stupid or like he's overreacting to things. With someone that's from a different culture, they're sensitive or considerate to the things that you go through, so that when you're speaking, they understand where you're coming from. So even if I'm with someone in the same culture, it taught me to actually just be knowledgeable and study my stuff, you know, and not wait for someone to feed it to me. The more knowledgeable you are, you know who you are. I'm not here to like preach like I'm someone that knows so much about my culture, because I know a little bit about my culture because I've lived in Ghana for like 3 years, but I feel like there's definitely more that I can learn. That film actually gave me like a wake-up call to know my roots and learn about it myself, so that I'm not swayed in any way. Because I am a black female and I'm in the community, I know that black culture sometimes tends to wait for things to be given to them. They tend to wait to be educated by other cultures about their culture. They tend to wait in order to be treated right. They tend to wait in order to have things that I feel that they should have. So I feel that, yeah, make sure you save yourself and not wait for somebody else to. And not just waiting every October for Black History Month for them to teach you in school about it. Because I never even I only know about Mary Seacole and all of them people, Martin Luther King. That's all I learned in school. They didn't teach me a lot, so yeah.
Malcolm X, nigga! Fuck with me.
I also got that whatever culture you're in, you should see the strength in your culture, and not wait for others to see it and give you recognition, to be like, oh, well done, you're doing good, you know. I feel like in the film, the guy was represented as being very humble. That was his personality trait, quite humble. And other people commented on maybe his fashion sense or his build and how strong he is and stuff. And it reflected to me how in black culture, it's like you're not winning until other cultures notice you. Yeah, you're a good athlete, but you ain't really successful unless you're running on TV for the other cultures to see. Yeah, you're a good rapper, but you're not really successful unless a white person's buying your album. Yeah, you're a good businessman or woman, but you haven't really made it unless you're getting proper awards from other cultures. So yeah, that just made me realize that like we need to kind of like have our culture and know that we've won regardless any other culture, and not to be so naive to the sense where you need recognition from other people to tell you that you're doing great. And that stops you from getting in. Obviously you won't get into that situation and get out because it was a bit extreme, but it stops you from getting into situations where people can try to exert their control over you because they see you as a victim, because you're putting out victim. I hope that you enjoyed this review. Let me know your thoughts. Comment below, like, whatever, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Stay woke, people.